How's it going this morning?
It's going good. How are you?
Good. Good. My name's Darren.
Darren, I'm Jason.
Nice to meet you.
You want me to grab my jacket?
No, can we sit down real quick?
Oh, sure. Yeah, come on in. Come on in.
Yeah, I just want to go over the agenda for today so you know what to expect, and then just kind of review what we talked about on the phone.
Okay.
Does that work? Well, yeah. I saw you had a Great Dane here. Coincidentally, I have a Great Dane as well.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, how long have you had him?
Just about a month or so.
Really?
Yeah, he's 4 months old right now.
Okay.
How old's yours?
He's a couple years old, but we got him when he was a pup too.
So how big do they really get?
They keep growing until about 18 months is what I've been told. So that's about when he stopped too. So yeah, they get mine's about 120 pounds. So they definitely get over 100. So
I can't wait for that. He's already a big boy, and I'm already getting comments that I have a big dog. But I'm just telling everybody, just wait.
Yeah. So he probably runs the house then, being the size that he is, right?
Oh yeah,
cool.
Just a bit.
Cool. And I saw you had a cat too.
I do. Yeah, that's a cat I've had for kind of a long time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, good cat.
So they get along just fine.
For the most part.
Okay, cool. And then I gotta mention, I just saw your Packer sweater right there.
Yeah, you bet. You a Packer fan?
Oh, absolutely. I can't wait. I'm from Wisconsin, so I came to school here in Minnesota, but I'm from Wisconsin.
Okay.
So I'm a transplant, but still a Packer fan.
That's good. Yeah, I'm kind of a rare breed. I grew up in Wisconsin, but as I mentioned, I lived, kind of went to high school here in St. Paul.
Right.
And everything, but I just still been a Packer fan for my whole life. So.
Who'd want to convert, right?
That's right.
Who'd want to convert? So I think we were talking about colors, right? We're gonna go with green and gold, right?
Yeah.
Just for the Super Bowl.
That sounds good.
Unfortunately, we can't paint right now because there's 3 feet of snow on the ground, but that should be we could probably figure something out if it came down to it. What I wanted to do is I want to give you an agenda today. And just so you know what to expect, and then I had just kind of wanted to review what we talked about on the phone, like I said. So what we're doing now is we'll just, like I said, we'll cover a couple of our bases to make sure we're on the same page. That way we don't have to spend so much time walking around outside.
Okay.
It's kind of cold out, and I know you got probably stuff to do. So what we'll do is after we talk here, we'll walk outside. You'll show me exactly how you want everything done. If there's any like those peeling areas you talked about, we can take a look at those. What we can do about those. I know you said maybe doing some window work, whatever. We can talk about that right now. And then after we do that walk around, we'll come back inside, and actually I got some more information, a little bit about our process that you can take a look at. You don't have to look through everything in here, but I'll just kind of show you the main points so that and then I'll go back outside and get the numbers. While I'm doing that, you can take a look through anything here.
Okay.
Does that sound good? And then after I get the numbers, I'll have a proposal written up for you, and we can cover that then.
Okay. So start to finish, how long do you think?
Typically it takes about an hour and a half to 2 hours, but most of that time just me getting the numbers. So, we'll walk around here in a bit, and then me getting the numbers is probably most of that.
Okay.
Because I do a custom proposal for you here on the spot.
Oh, okay, great.
So you won't have to, we don't have to do any follow-up or meet again or anything like that. We can just take care of everything today.
Sounds good.
That way you have a quote in your hand.
Okay.
Sound good? Mm-hmm. Now, just real quick, I want to say, the paint failures, you said you noticed there was some chipping and peeling going around, and actually I did notice a little bit on the front there too. Some of the caulking was cracked when I was walking up. We can talk about that in a sec. But I just really wanted to talk about what your 2 biggest concerns were with the project. And one thing you talked about is you kind of wanted this to be today an experience where you're kind of learning about the process. I know you said you wanted a knowledgeable person to do the painting work. So I know you said that you wanted me to almost kind of educate you a bit.
Yeah.
If that was right. And then another big thing you said was the coverage. The last paint job was pretty poor coverage. Obviously not lasting too long. So we're looking for a long-lasting paint job that's going to be backed up by a guarantee, right?
Yeah.
Is that right?
That's right.
Okay. Anything else?
No, I think I guess the biggest thing I remember, it's been a few days since we talked on the phone, but the last paint job that we had was just really light spray job, and as you can tell, it's pretty thin coat of paint, and it's starting to peel already. So I want this to be a paint job that's gonna last me for quite a while.
Perfect. Because you plan on staying here for a while, right? This is...
I do, yeah.
Okay, perfect. Perfect. So, with that too, I know we're talking about color change. I'd recommend 2 coats on the siding. I know you talked about probably just keeping the trim white.
Mm-hmm.
So I could actually, in this estimate, I could break that up 1 versus 2 coats on the trim as well.
Okay.
So if you really wanted to get that long-lasting paint job on the trim as well, we could do 2 coats. Obviously, that would take more time and more money. But I could break off the difference for you if you prefer that.
Yeah, I for sure want the 2 coats on the siding, and then if you could, why don't you do 1 coat on the trim? But then could you give me the price on what it would cost if I did want to go 2 coats?
Absolutely. And I know you mentioned the garage too. Did you want that included with the house, or did you want that separate?
I'd like that to be separate in the bid.
Because you're thinking about doing that yourself, maybe, right?
Yeah.
You could maybe leave the house to us and do the garage yourself. Maybe we're not even doing it all. I think you said you're trying to decide that.
Yeah, I think I'll probably end up doing it. But if you look at it, it's in a bit better shape than the house.
Okay.
And it's all pretty low, so
it's pretty easy to paint.
Pretty easy to paint, and not a lot of detail work. Not as much detail work as the house. There's not a windows and brick to paint around and stuff like that.
Right, and then I did notice that you had you had storm windows, and then there was the insides of the windows. Did you want those to be done as well? We can talk about this when we walk around too. But I know you said you had some glazing to do and whatnot.
I would like a quote on the windows.
Do you want that to be included, or did you want that separate?
I want that to be separate.
Okay, so
that's something I need to figure out if I'm gonna replace the windows, or if I want to go ahead and have them painted, because I know it can be a kind of a big project to do. I tried to do a couple of them myself, and it took quite a while.
Okay, yeah. So as far as I understand, we're doing 4 quotes. So 1 on the house, 1 for a second coat on the trim, 1 for the garage, and then 1 for the windows.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, and minor maintenance, just a couple things, washing. Just looking at it, we'll have to pressure wash beforehand.
Okay.
And we do that with a pressure washer. The caulking, like I said, I did notice some caulking. Do you want us to take care of the caulking too?
Yeah, I would.
Okay. Putting, we can take a look when we walk around, but is there any holes to be filled or anything like that?
Not that I know of, but I think you should take a look at that when we take a walk.
But if there are, you want us to take care of that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then storms, the storms we'd only really have to take off if we were going to do the insides of the windows.
Yeah.
So would you want me to take care of that if we're going to do the windows?
Yes.
Okay. Perfect. And then there's 2 different levels of surface preparation. A level 2 is a scrape. So we'd scrape away all loose and peeling paint. And then a level 3 would be to scuff sand it, to soft sand it. We don't get any power sanding, but we can do like a light hand sand that's going to smooth off some of the roughness. It's never going to be brand new smooth, but we could at least smooth it off a bit so it looks a little bit better. Was there any detail areas that you want us to pay attention to there?
I guess if I do go ahead with the windows, I think there's some sanding that needs to be done there.
Okay.
So maybe include just
for the windows.
Just for the windows,
if needed. We can take a look at that when we walk around too.
Okay.
And then any other did you want me to? I see you have a deck here. It looks like it's covered with snow, but did you want me to take a look at that?
No. That's a real easy project that I'll take care of myself.
Okay. And window cleaning?
Don't need the windows cleaned, but I do, now I think of it, there's, you might have seen on the front, there's a couple, do you have a couple shutters on the front of the house?
Okay.
And what would you guys normally do with shutters?
Usually remove them, and normally remove them. A lot of times if there's enough stuff around the house that needs to be taken off, a lot of times I can bundle that together and say, hey, if you could take care of that for me, you could save you some money if you're willing to do a little bit of work. So I always look for ways that you can save some money. Okay.
Well, yeah, that because I would want probably those taken down, but that might be something I could do myself.
Yeah, we can take a look when we walk around.
Okay.
If it'd be
that sounds good
to talk about that, and then perfect. And then the last thing here, I really pay attention to safety for my painters. It's something I really care about. Is there any wires, any power lines, anything like that coming into the house?
Yeah, we do have kind of, if you, I don't know if you looked at the back of the house, but we have, the house is on an alley. So the power comes in from a big street line. It's all above ground.
Okay. So then we'll have to pay attention to that.
Yeah.
What we do about that is we would we'd call Excel and either have them de-energize or at least wrap them before we come out to start the project.
Okay.
So that way it's just a little bit, it's more safe for our painters.
Okay.
And we would use fiberglass ladders on that side of the house just to take that extra caution for my crew.
Okay, that sounds good.
Okay. And then I noticed, it's just one story, so we're not getting up real tall. Is there any other major obstacles around the house that we'd have to pay attention to? Like any dog houses or anything like that?
There might be some landmines out there,
Okay.
but
Okay.
there's I did build an igloo for my nephew in the back. You'll take a look at that. It's pretty neat. But that'll be gone by the time you guys come to paint.
Okay.
That'd be
I
sick.
hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so. And then, are we gonna have to get up on the roof at all? I didn't notice any areas when I walked up. But...
No, you shouldn't need to get on the roof. No.
Okay, perfect. And then, do you know if there's lead paint present?
No, there's not. I remember when I bought the house, they had to test for that, and there was not any lead present.
When was the house built? I think you said it was 50s.
Yeah, you asked me that on the phone, and I've been thinking about it. I think it was the 50s.
Yeah.
But I think the siding has been replaced since then. I guess I'm not entirely sure. What do you think?
Well, I'll tell you, typically if the house is built before 1978, I like to check.
Okay.
Just to make sure. And I know you said, on the house form, I have to check. So I'll do that quick too.
Okay. And what would be different if there was lead on my house?
Well, the biggest thing with lead is it's all the precaution to contain it. So you don't want to expose it to your neighbors, you don't want to get in the house. So it's a little bit extra, a little bit extra care in terms of collecting any chips or dust or anything like that around the house. So the biggest thing is also too is protection for my painters. So my painters wear a little bit more protection, and around the house, instead of using drop cloths to catch the chips, we would use plastic.
Okay.
And there's a couple other things too, but if there is lead paint present, we can go into that more.
Okay.
Does that sound good?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, perfect. And then that's pretty much everything. And what I'll do is we can take a walk around outside, and then I can get the numbers, and then we'll go through the client manual, and we'll be set.
Okay. Yeah, just let me grab my jacket.
Sounds good. Thanks.